So you called me here to take photos of what exactly?
My ancient hoof-held weapons collection. Your flyer said freelance photography. I know these aren't lances, but maybe you could still give me the same deal.
The flyer is supposed to say freelance photography, not freelance photography. I'm gonna have to have a talk with that mail mare. Looks like she's messed up the printing again. At least I get a free muffin out of this.
That mare messes up a lot of print and delivery orders. I mean, do you remember when she messed up Cranky and Matilda's wedding invitations? Now that was crazy.
Yeah, I remember the wedding. Let's do a recap. The whole thing started after Cranky and Matilda realized that their wedding invitations had been misprinted with the wrong date, starting the wedding that day instead of the day after like it was supposed to. Cranky addressed the printing and delivery service mare, and she offered him muffins in exchange for apologies for getting the wrong date. Later that mare was seen sitting down and discussing her problems with Dr. Hobbs, a local scientist and inventor. She went on with him about the various problems she was having in her work and hoping he had some kind of time travel related solution. When fact dawned on him that the wedding date was already upon them and he hadn't had his suit tailored yet, he ran off to Rarities to have it worked on, and quickly found out what it's like when 6 of Ponyville's most important business runners are off taking care of royal duties. He ended up asking for advice from DJ Ponefree, aka Vinyl Stratch, and unable to hear or understand what he was saying, she had to make assumptions based on his hoof gestures, and instead of leading him to Rarity, led him to a bowling alley. Luckily, he was able to make a deal with the local bowling ponies that if he joined their team, they would work on his suit, and he began bowling his way towards the accomplishment of this suit tailoring deal that he needed. Elsewhere, the whole town of Ponyville was abuzz by the encountering of some kind of strange bugbear that Princess Twilight and the 5 ambassadors of friendship had to take care of. As usual, that town was once again under attack by monster, a thing that many ponies are used to at the moment. So it fell upon one Amethyst Star to direct the chaos and see ponies to safety, and to also help Matilda with her wedding plans, as Amethyst used to be the organized one before Twilight showed up and took over those duties. Elsewhere, the often distracted and absent-minded mail mare was off with the flower arranging ponies, trying to discuss Matilda's flower arrangements. But when it turned out that they weren't going to be in on time, the 3 flower ponies immediately passed out and fainted. With no other choice in the matter, that mare came up with the brilliant idea of getting the Doc's latest invention, the fireless fireworks, to substitute as the flowers for the wedding arrangement. But there were other things happening at the same time as this was all going on. Mind you, with the bugbear attack happening in the background. For example, Matilda was having a relaxing spa day, where she met a close friend of Cranky's, a certain sea serpent by the name of Stephen Magnet. The two of them discussed the wedding together, and after Matilda realized that the important thing was that she and Frankie were happy, Stephen Magnet put into her head the idea that the wedding was the most important thing because of how many ponies were showing up and making a big fuss over it. There were a few other things happening that day as well, like Lyra and Bonbon, who were having a discussion, but I wasn't able to actually figure out what Lyra and Bonbon were talking about. Every time I got near them with my camera to record the events of the day, Bonbon would flip out on me and say things like, "This is classified," "Sorry, top secret," on a need-to-know basis. She actually took my camera and deleted and censored most of my pictures and footage. So I actually have no idea what they were talking about. Do you happen to have any clue what they were talking about?
What makes you think I'd know anything about a top-secret organization dedicated to policing and maintaining monsters and supernatural activities in Equestria? I certainly don't know about anything about bugbears, and if such an organization even existed, I certainly want to be part of an organization like that. Look, you've heard nothing. Got that? There is no organization, and you're not going to tell any pony about it because it doesn't exist. I mean, I don't know anything about a bugbear.
Right, so moving on. Another very fascinating event that was happening that day was the two musicians, Vinyl Scratch, the professional DJ, and the classical orchestra musician Octavia Melody, were in their shared apartment going over the wedding music. They tried for a while to figure out an interesting new arrangement to make the wedding fun and interesting, and quickly discovered that by combining their two very different talents, they were able to arrange a very fascinating piece of music. But this led to Octavia and Vinyl running late for the wedding, so it was up to Vinyl to save the day with her mobile DJ booth transport thingy that runs on wubs and sound waves and the science. I don't know, I'll have to ask Doc about it. The device ran amok through Ponyville, causing many ponies to fly into the air and land balanced precariously on top of the contraption. The whole shenanigans being viewed from a distance by dummy Pinkie Pie's pet alligator. I have no idea what alligators think when they're alone, but I'm sure the thoughts are pretty deep and existential. Regardless of all of the excitement, we all arrived at the wedding hall, and just in time, because Princess Twilight and the 5 ambassadors of friendship had successfully defeated the bugbear. The wedding went off without a hitch. It was a beautiful ceremony, and the mayor made some wonderful points. On reflection, one does realize something rather deep and profound. Every day you go out and trot past ponies. They go on by you on their way to work or school or whatever it is they have to do, and they sort of blend into the background of your life, and you never pay them a second thought. To them, you are in the background of their lives just as much as they are in the background of yours. You look at all of these faceless, nameless ponies that you hardly know anything about, and they just sort of pass on by you and seem not to matter. To them, their lives are full of interesting things, friends and families and hobbies and jobs and passions that they care about, and you're the one who's in the background of their lives, who passes them by for only a few seconds without mattering. We're all the main character of our stories, and we all have ponies in our backgrounds. But every pony in our background is the main character of their own story, to which we are the background of their stories. Paraphrasing what Mayor said, but I think you get the point. Anyhow, it was a very enjoyable experience. Some of it felt surreal, but overall it was perhaps one of the most memorable and enjoyable experiences I've had yet. This has truly been perhaps one of the best years that I've ever experienced. Thank you for listening.
And I'm Starlight Pony, and as always, don't forget to sparkle.